everybody. This is Evan. Evan and I are going to make cheeseburger soup for dinner tonight. So we are going to be using our Instapot. Actually, this is a Farberware version of it, but it is an Instapot. I am working towards the quick cooker from Pampered Chef potentially. Don't know for sure. My very good friend Terry and Michelle gave me this very graciously. This is about the 5th time now I'm using it, so I'm getting better. But I'm very interested in the one that Pampered Chef has too, so we'll see. Hi Michelle, how do you feel? I hope you feel better. Look what I'm using. Aren't you proud of me? See how this goes. All right, so we're gonna do cheeseburger soup. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use the manual food processor. I thought I'd just kind of demonstrate some of the Pampered Chef stuff that we have here. We're gonna use the manual food processor to dice up our half of an onion. So I thought it might be a little bit easier to use the manual food processor. So I can get you guys around this way. So this would be the coated utility knife. Very handy, I'm finding.
And very sharp.
Good safety tip. Good job. So we're just gonna cut it into a couple big chunks to kind of get it started. And then we're gonna go ahead and put it here into the manual food processor. Whoops.
I'm not touching that.
And someone on the floor. Okay, let's rinse this off. My fault.
Floor is
Okay.
the cleanest.
Thanks, Evan. I appreciate that. All right, so Evan's gonna pump. Okay, push really hard. Watch your finger. Okay, now you got it. And the more he presses down, the more finely it's gonna be chopped up. How are we doing? Look at the kid go. Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna give it a couple. Can I do it? A couple more? And then we'll take a look. So it depends on how finely we want that chopped up. Let's go a little bit more, Evan. Keep one hand on. And let it go all the way up, buddy, and then push down. Very good. Good. Go faster. Thank you. All right. So there's our diced onion. Let's gonna set that aside, and we'll put that in with our ground beef in just a moment. And I'll put this in just to rinse it off in the sink when I'm done here.
Always remember to put the cap on this knife.
Good safety tip. All right. Then I'm going to take the batter bowl. You can also use the prep bowls that Pampered Chef has. And I'm just going to set this in front of me. And I'm going to dice up these potatoes for the cheeseburger soup. And I'm going to try to not cut myself. Would be good, right, Evan?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes Mommy has a little problem with the knives, don't I?
So you don't have to use Stacy's Band-Aids?
So I don't have to use Stacy's Band-Aids, yes. Although it was so nice of Stacy to give me Band-Aids just in case I did cut myself.
With the cutting board.
Can I have another potato, please?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, sir. All right. So once we have everything chopped up, I'm going to measure out our seasoning so that we're kind of ready to go. And then we'll be able to put it all together in the Instapot, pressure cooker, Farberware, whatever you have at home. Quick cooker by Pampered Chef. That's our ultimate goal here, working up to that. I'm still fairly new to all this, so I have quite a few things, but I don't have the full collection that I would love to have, so I'm working on that. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the online virtual party experience. Hopefully you're watching the different videos I'm putting out there so you can learn about different Pampered Chef items and how they work and what you can do with them and all that kind of good stuff. Try to be fun with it if we can. And you guys are free to shop anytime, by the way. If you do place an order and then you see another video tomorrow or even on Thursday and you think, oh, I wanted that too, I can always add stuff to your order for you. Just so you're aware. And then the customer special this month is when you spend $75, you can earn this knife for free. It's normally $16, so that's part of that. Can you put that in the sink for me? All right, so we got our potatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and get some other stuff. This is a can opener. The new ones, Pampered Chef, are white, but it's a, what's it called? Seamless can opener. At any rate, it cuts the lid so there's no sharp edges, you know, so you don't risk cutting yourself. Even Evan can do it. Very nice demonstration. Pretty. All right, so this over here, let's bring you guys this way just a little bit. Okay, so my Instapot, pressure cooker, Farberware, quick cooker, whatever you want to call it. I have it on saute browning, so it's hot. I'm gonna put in just a little bit of olive oil while Evan finishes that. Do you need help, Bud?
No.
Sure, got it okay?
That's the same thing.
And then you remember how to take it off. Use the pinchers. There you go, put that in there. Thank you. Can you do the other can for me?
Very easy with the pinchers.
Absolutely. All right, so we're gonna put our ground beef down in there and our onion. You just rinse this off and I'll go in the dishwasher, which is super duper nice. Okay, I hope you guys all took your Dramamine this morning because we're going on a walking field trip. So, we are going to use the mix and chop, and we're just going to press this down in here, and it's going to break all of our hamburger up for us. Super duper easy to work this around and saute it. And you can do this with potatoes, you can do it with tomatoes, tomato sauce, but it just is a super duper easy way to chop up. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna flip you guys. See how easy that was? So I'm just going like this. And it breaks all my meat up for me. Super easy, yes?
Easy. Done.
Excellent. All right, let's flip you back. Told you guys you had to take your Dramamine before you came over here today. Or you got online or whatever you're doing. All right, so these are open. All right. Excellent. Thank you, sir. So we have cheese. We have milk. We've got chicken stock. We're going to measure out our cheese in just a minute. We've got our potatoes ready to go. This is browning. We're going to cook some bacon separate so that we can garnish it. We're done
We
with
got our tomatoes ready.
Got our tomatoes ready. So the next thing I think we'll do.
And we got our milk ready.
Yeah. The next thing we'll do is we'll get our seasonings ready to go in. So we're going to need, I'm going to use the Pampered Chef clear plastic measuring spoons. They clip together so they stay, and then you just pull apart the ones that you need. So I need 1 teaspoon. So I'm going to use this guy right here. Can you switch me sides? I need you to switch me places. Thank you, buddy. Ooh.
Sorry.
It's okay, you're fine. All right, so we need 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. There we go. We need a 1/2 teaspoon. Where's the 1/2 teaspoon, Evan?
A teaspoon? Right
Half.
here?
Nope.
I don't know.
Right
I
there.
don't know my measuring.
You know your measurings. You're doing good, buddy. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Where's my pepper? Here's my pepper. 1/2 teaspoon. Probably need just a smidgen more. Just a little bit. Well, okay, yep, that's good. Very precise, Evan. Thanks, buddy. All right, so we did, and I usually set, when I'm done with the seasoning, I set it to the side so I remember I already put it in. Just scrunch this up a little bit more in here. Sauteing our onion down with all of this. Perfect. So it's chopped up. So I'm going to take the mix and chop out, and then I'll just use a regular spoon. Mix the rest. Okay, so let me look at my recipe. Sorry, excuse me here. Salt, pepper, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. Do you know what a tablespoon is?
The biggest one.
That is the one. Thank you. All right. So we're going to do 1 tablespoon of this Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, I don't know how you say it, but you know what I mean. Okay. And I thought there was one other seasoning in here. Let me read. Yep, ground mustard we want. An eighth. Do we have one that's an eighth?
Eighth.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take what I've done so far, I'm gonna sprinkle it in.
Where's an eighth?
And I'm gonna stir it around with the Worcestershire sauce.
Where's an eighth? Eighth.
The 1/8? It's gonna be really teeny tiny, probably the smallest one. Can you find me what looks like the smallest guy?
Find the 1/8.
Be careful. Oh, you need it level. Oh, good job. Okay, now go ahead and put that right in there. Don't touch the side though. Good boy. Thank you. Can you put that in the sink for me? And then we'll just hook together the ones that we didn't use. And we can put them all the way back in order later. I want to make sure, I have 1 cup of cheddar, but I'm going to need 1 more cup of cheese to go in this. So Evan, I'd love for you to fill, go right here over the cutting board, fill 1 cup up with cheese for me if you would. That would be outstanding. Very, very helpful. I like to use lean ground beef personally from a just dietary standpoint, and it produces a lot less fat and grease, so I would prefer to use 90-10 or sirloin, which are your leaner cuts. You could also use ground pork or a mix. Sometimes I do half and half, ground pork, ground beef. I tend to like that the best, I think. All right, so this is already browned. That goes very, very quickly. Michelle, I completely agree. All right, so there we go. It's brown, it's got onions, it's got our seasoning, everything's in there, right? All right, so now, oh, now you guys are crooked. How'd you get tilted? Just bear with me, you know what I'm doing. Okay, all right, so this is here. Let me read my directions. Evan, entertain the people for a second, if you would. Thank you, sir. Saute ground beef, onion, add the cubed potatoes, diced tomato with green chili, chicken broth, and milk to the pot. All right. So, Evan, I need, not yet, we're doing cheese later. The cheese comes after it's done in the pressure cooker, so we'll set that over there for right now. I need you to put in, can you help me? Team left. Tilt it. There you go. You set that very carefully in the sink for me. It's a glass bowl. Thank you. All right, so we got our potatoes in. All right, Evan. Go ahead and put that whole can in. Dump it. Thank you. And you can throw it right away here. All right, and then give me about half that can. We don't want quite all of it. About half of it. Go ahead. And stop. Nick, you just put that in the sink for me, would you? Thank you. All right, so we got our tomatoes. This is diced tomatoes with green chili, like a rotel for this recipe. All right, Evan. 32 ounces of chicken stock. I use unsalted, that way I can control the salt later. So how many ounces are in here?
32.
Perfection.
I need to put the whole thing.
We're gonna put the whole thing.
Oh, I got it.
Squeeze. Let go. It's funny, huh? Squeeze it again. Does that seem to be all of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now the milk. So can you carefully pour the milk in for me? Let me get this put away first. Down in here. Okay. Very carefully. There you go. Will you show the folks that cute little measuring cup that Pampered Chef makes? Is that not adorable? And the best part about it, here, let's get this started and then I'll show you the best part about this measuring cup.
It has the spout.
Well, that's one part, yes, it's got a spout. Okay, so we're gonna put our lid on. I'm gonna make sure this is on really tight. Still makes me a little nervous. Oh wait, I go this way. Okay, so I gotta stop that. Okay, that is on good. I'm gonna start it, and we're gonna go to soup. We're gonna go to vegetable. That's what I did last time because it was potatoes. Worked great. All right, so that'll come up. It'll pressure cook. When it's done, we're gonna add, let me turn you guys this way just a little bit. Oops, actually, let's try this. There we go. All right, so when that is done and it's gone through its whole cycle, which will be, it's gotta come up to pressure, so it'll probably be done now around 5:30, so maybe like 20 minutes from now. We are going to, here I'll tell you what we're gonna do next. Okay, we're gonna add in the cheese, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of cornstarch and water and whisk it together, put that in to thicken it when it's all the way done. And I believe we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of water, 2 tablespoons cornstarch. It's usually equal parts when you do something like that. So that's gonna take care of the rest. So we're gonna have our sharp cheddar with our extra cheese for 2 cups of cheese that we will add in after it is done pressure cooking, and then we will have cheeseburger soup. And let me show you one little thing with this because it's super cute. Okay, the reason I buy these and I like them, this is a 1 cup, and then there's the bigger, can you find that one right there, the 2 cup in the strainer? So you put liquids here, and it measures out your liquid on this side. I don't know if that's backward for you guys or not. And then there's the 2 cup, the bigger guy. So like, you know, daddy, baby, daddy, baby, yeah. And if you're not using liquid, you want to do solids, there's your solid measurements. So if I need 1 cup of peanut butter, for example, I just push it down in there, I level it off, and then I turn it over and I go, and the peanut butter goes right out in my bowl, and I just take a knife, clean it off, done. So much easier. Love this for peanut butter and recipes. Just a side note there for you. All right, so Evan and I are gonna get the kitchen cleaned up, and this is gonna pressure cook, and I'll be sure and put a picture out here when it's done, but all we have left to do is to add the cheese and then our cornstarch water mixture to thicken it, and we'll have
Then we mix.
cheeseburger soup, yes? Yeah. And I hope you enjoyed looking at the Pampered Chef products that we used to make tonight's dish. Please check out the different posts throughout the discussion feed on the site. Lots of information, lots of discussion, lots of hilarious posts too, so it's not all serious. There's a lot of humor out there. Videos, and of course the links so that you guys can order. And I'd love for you to do that. What do you say, Evan? Bye. Bye, guys.